Little people, Audrey Roloff slammed for borderline abusive rules for kids. Little People Big World star Audrey Roloff has been slammed by fans for her borderline abusive rules she has for her children. She posted the video explaining the rules on social media. However, as soon as she started to get backlash, she deleted it. This did not stop fans from getting the video and talking about it on Reddit. She is not in a good position. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Audrey Roloff reveals she has exercise punishments for her kids. Audrey Roloff posted a video on social media explaining the punishments she has for her children. If they leave a wet towel on the floor and don't hang it up, they have to do push-ups. They also have rules while they are being homeschooled. If they are disrespectful or not listening, they have to run a lap around the house. However, the weather does not matter, and they have to do it regardless. The older children also have to do burpees if they say they cannot do something. Fans did not love hearing the rules she has for her children. Some thought it was borderline abusive. However, Audrey is being slammed online for it. She deleted the video, but people got hold of it before. I'm all for setting boundaries and having rules for kids, but my goodness, these seem harsh. Using exercise as punishment is awful and seems borderline abusive to me. Forced physical activity as punishment. Yeah, this woman's kids are gonna have several complexes. This is really cruel. I don't like my kids to say I can't do it, but I'd never force them to do burpees because they say it. I just correct them and say, you can, believe in yourself. Yikes, she does not look good right now. A lot of people are upset about this situation. It seems as though fans are not loving how Audrey punishes her children. They do not think physical punishments should be allowed. A lot of people think it is borderline abusive. This is something that shocked fans to hear. Audrey did try to delete the video. However, it did not work out in her favor as social media got hold of it quickly. She is now under fire. What do you think about this situation? Do you think this is borderline abusive? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to know what you think about all of this. Little people, Audrey Roloff slammed for borderline abusive rules for kids. Audrey Roloff, best known for her appearances on Little People, Big World, is once again at the center of an intense online debate after comments about her family's parenting style sparked strong reactions across social media. While Audrey has long been open about raising her children with structure, routines, and limited technology, her latest remarks have divided fans more than ever. Some supporters praised her commitment to intentional parenting, saying consistency and discipline are essential in today's fast-paced world. Others, however, accused the reality TV personality of creating rules that they described as too strict, with a handful of critics even calling them borderline abusive. The phrase quickly spread online, fueling heated discussions about where healthy boundaries end and excessive control begins. The controversy began after Audrey shared details of her family's household expectations, emphasizing routines, limited screen time, outdoor play, chores, and family-focused activities. She explained that she and her husband, Jeremy Roloff, want to raise children who value creativity, responsibility, and meaningful relationships instead of relying heavily on digital entertainment. Within hours, clips and screenshots of her comments circulated across Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Reddit, where thousands of viewers weighed in. Many parents applauded Audrey's approach. Kids need boundaries, one supporter wrote. Not every rule is harmful just because children don't always like it. Another added, people complain that kids spend too much time on screens, but then criticize parents who actually limit technology. However, critics argued that some of the expectations sounded overly rigid. Several commenters questioned whether children should have more freedom to make age-appropriate choices instead of following highly structured routines every day. One viral comment claimed the parenting style sounded borderline abusive, though others quickly pushed back against that description, arguing that strict parenting alone does not meet the definition of abuse. That disagreement soon became the biggest talking point. Experts have long noted that healthy parenting exists on a spectrum. Clear expectations, consistent consequences, and routines can help children feel secure and develop independence. At the same time, specialists often emphasize balancing structure with emotional support, flexibility, and age-appropriate autonomy. Because only limited information about Audrey's day-to-day parenting is publicly available, many observers cautioned against drawing sweeping conclusions based on social media posts alone. Audrey has never hidden her belief that intentional living should extend into parenting. Throughout the years, she has discussed family traditions, limiting distractions, encouraging outdoor adventures, reading together, and creating routines that reflect her family's values. For longtime followers, the recent comments were hardly surprising. Those familiar with Audrey's social media presence said her philosophy has remained remarkably consistent. She frequently speaks about slowing down, avoiding excessive technology, prioritizing family dinners, and encouraging children to participate in household responsibilities. Supporters argue these practices help children become confident, responsible adults. Critics believe the emphasis on rules can sometimes appear inflexible. The latest debate also reflects a much broader cultural conversation. Modern parenting has become one of social media's favorite topics, with influencers regularly facing criticism regardless of their choices. Parents who allow extensive screen time are often criticized, while those who impose strict limits can also become targets. As a result, nearly every parenting decision becomes public debate. Family therapists often encourage parents to remember that every child has different needs, personalities, and developmental stages. What works successfully in one household may not work in another. Meanwhile, Audrey has continued sharing moments from family life, despite the criticism. She has previously acknowledged that posting personal experiences online inevitably invites differing opinions. Like many public figures, she balances authenticity with the reality that strangers frequently analyze individual parenting decisions without seeing the complete picture. Jeremy Roloff has similarly spoken about creating a family culture centered on faith, outdoor living, and spending quality time together. The couple has built a brand focused on marriage, parenting, and intentional living since leaving Little People, Big World. Their lifestyle has attracted both loyal supporters and vocal critics over the years. Some followers admire their consistency and commitment to family values. Others believe certain messages presented on social media can unintentionally create unrealistic expectations for parents trying to balance work, finances, and raising children. The newest controversy has only intensified those conversations. Online parenting communities quickly filled with discussions comparing different parenting philosophies. Some users defended gentle parenting. Others argued for authoritative parenting that combines warmth with firm boundaries. Still others insisted there is no universal formula for raising children successfully. Many commenters also warned against casually labeling parenting choices as abusive without evidence of actual harm. Mental health advocates noted that abuse is a serious issue and should not be trivialized during internet disagreements over household rules. Several social media users expressed concern that dramatic language often spreads faster than thoughtful discussion. "It's okay to disagree with someone's parenting," one commenter wrote, "but calling everything abuse minimizes real abuse." That sentiment received thousands of likes as the conversation continued growing. Still, criticism remained strong from those who believe highly structured environments can place unnecessary pressure on children. They argued that emotional flexibility, independent decision-making, and opportunities to make mistakes are also important parts of childhood development. The debate illustrates how parenting discussions rarely produce unanimous opinions. Even child development professionals frequently acknowledge there are multiple healthy approaches depending on family circumstances, children's personalities, and cultural values. What matters most, experts generally agree, is whether children feel safe, supported, loved, and emotionally secure. As attention continued building, many fans noticed that Audrey did not directly respond to every criticism. Instead, she continued posting everyday family moments much like she has throughout previous controversies. That decision itself generated additional discussion. Some praised her for avoiding online arguments. Others wished she would provide more context about the routines that generated criticism. Regardless, the story continued circulating among entertainment news pages and fan communities. The Roloffs remain among the most recognizable families associated with Little People, Big World, even after stepping away from regular appearances on the series. Their social media following ensures that even relatively ordinary parenting conversations can quickly become headline news. For many observers, the latest controversy says as much about internet culture as it does about Audrey herself. Social platforms often reward emotional reactions, dramatic headlines, and viral debates. Nuanced discussions about parenting rarely spread as quickly as controversial phrases or accusations. That dynamic can make ordinary family decisions appear far more divisive than they might otherwise seem. Ultimately, there is no public evidence establishing that Audrey Roloff's household rules constitute abuse. The borderline abusive label reflects opinions expressed by some online critics rather than a verified finding. At the same time, the criticism highlights genuine differences in how people define healthy parenting, discipline, and childhood independence. Whether audiences agree with Audrey's philosophy or not, one thing is certain. Conversations about parenting remain deeply personal and highly emotional. Every family develops its own traditions, expectations, and routines based on individual values and experiences. Public figures like Audrey simply experience those debates on a much larger stage. As the online discussion continues, supporters and critics alike seem to agree on one point. Raising children is challenging, and no parent escapes public judgment in the age of social media. For Audrey Roloff, this latest wave of criticism is unlikely to be the last. But it serves as another reminder that in today's digital world, even the most